Hello everybody, welcome back. We are back in PTFS with our lovely truck here. And you may notice in the distance is that an L1011 or an MD11? Well, you are sorely mistaken, my friends. We've got a new update. And this airport, this is Perth, my friends. This is Perth International. And boy, do we have a lot to cover. And also, you might be wondering why the A340 is here. I'll get to that in just a little bit. And also, you might be wondering why the truck is here. Well, it's because this airport is massive. And I've got some planes over there, all the way over there to show you. So, without further ado, let's begin. But make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and bell button to all notifications. But right now, I'll give you, let's say, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have you done it? If so, good. If not, do it at some point. But let's get straight into the video. So the first thing to cover is the new aircraft. This is the DC-10. Yes, the DC-10 is now in pilot training flight simulator. So let's go ahead and have a look at the cockpit. Oh, oops. Let's have a look at the cockpit then. So, hello. So this is an older variant because it's got the flight engineers panel. So we have a jump seat here. Then we have the cockpit. Well, this is the cockpit, but this is the flight area. And then this is just the bland variant. And then it's a 1-to-1 configuration, and then a 2-to-2 configuration. But then as we move further aft, it becomes a 1-to-1 configuration again. And then we have a bunch of different liveries. I have currently got 2 passenger liveries out right now. The British Airways, which, might I say, just looks absolutely magnificent. I absolutely love the classic British Airways livery. I wish they actually brought it back. And then another classic livery I like is the old Air New Zealand livery. It looks really good in my opinion. And we will fly one of these bad boys at some point. Probably that one because, well, like I said, I really love the British Airways livery. It looks absolutely magnificent. So on to the next bit. Okay, so the next bit is, well, what is this airport? What in the world? Where in the world are we? Well, that mountain looks familiar, or these buildings look familiar, or anything here looks remotely familiar, like that factory area. Then we're in Perth. Yes, this is Perth International Airport. It's way more realistic now. And so are the boarding things at Perth here. So we have a giant main terminal over here. Then we have like not boarding, like the check-in area. This is my first time seeing everything in the update here, so it's a first for me and you guys. Hopefully you've not seen it before. But literally the update came out hours ago, when I was busy. And yeah, but this airport, I've seen it briefly in the test server, but I've not seen like the full update yet. And bus to get 30 to 32 down here, you get the bus to the small terminal 2, I guess you could say. And then you have a bunch of stands here and a bunch of stands here. Still, I believe the runways are the exact same pretty much. Cargo area is a lot bigger, so is the terminal. I believe the runways are pretty much the same. A few things you got to watch out for when taxiing and taking off and landing here is this particular intersection. The runway 15 and 30. No, yeah. 15 and 33 intersection. It's a mess. It's literally a spider web. So be careful when crossing there because, well, just be careful. And then let me just give you a top-down view of the entire airport. Just give me maybe like 2 minutes to get into position. Okay, guys, so here is the top-down view of the airport. So, yeah, new layout, I guess you could say. So, let's return back to the ground. Man, I really do like the new pickup. It's actually very, very cool. So let's go over to the A340. Now, we've seen this particular A340 before, but there's something different about it. And it has literally nothing to do with the actual plane. It's just a new feature. Let me show you. Give me a minute. Okie dokie, guys. So, now that we're in the air with our A340, let's go to, well, let me just level off. Let's go to keybinds. We can now deploy flares with this thing, bro. Ready? So we're just going to go and fly over the airport, over the top, and I'll show you something awesome. And if you haven't checked out the video on the A330/A340 update, please go check it out. Otherwise, you will probably have no idea what I'm talking about with the A340. But yeah, let me just show you guys something awesome. Are you guys ready? I've not seen this yet, and it's the flares. I've not seen the flares yet, but let's have a look together, guys. In 3, 2, 1. That's actually decent, to be fair. That's decent. That's decent flares, to be fair. That's decent. Okay, guys, don't ask what happened to the A340 because, well, I don't know. I don't know what happened to the A340 because, I returned to the menu to get back to the airport. So, don't ask what happened to the A340 because I genuinely don't know. Oh, oops. Presumably it maybe crashed. I'm gonna say it crashed. Hopefully the leader of Germany wasn't on there. What do they call it in Germany? President? Prime Minister? What is it? I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments because I don't. We'll just call them the leader of Germany, I guess. The German leader. Hopefully they weren't on board. If they were, then they're probably dead. Yeah, no, it's not the one you guys are probably thinking of. Someone else. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Oh, yeah, we've got more DC-10s, people. We have more DC-10s. Cargo! Yeah, we got DC-10Fs. So it's literally the exact same, except, well, it's got a cargo bay. And also another new thing about cargo planes, a bit like with the spawners and stuff, it's now you hold down a button to do it instead of having to tap on the actual door, which I think is a huge improvement there for PTFS. And then unfortunately, the DC-10F has only got 2 liveries, FedEx and just blank. I think there could have been an opportunity to add a few other liveries. Maybe Western Global. And I have a good name for it, because of course they can't actually have Western Global. Eastern Global, or Southern Global, or Northern Global, and even UPS or Korean Air Cargo, because, you know, both of them are already in the game. The UPS is already on the MD-11, so they could probably do that. And then, yeah, I think Western Global, Korean Air Cargo, and UPS could have been added to the aircraft. But moving on, we now have the KC-10, and it's got a few seats here in a 1-2-1/2-2-2 configuration. And then surprisingly, it's got a cargo bay. Why? Please, somebody explain to me in the comments why the KC-10 has a cargo bay, because that just doesn't make sense to me. It's a tanker. Why does a tanker need a cargo bay? Why does it have a cargo bay? Like, excuse me? Why? Why? Also, why are the engines, like, so rusty? Probably because the aircraft's quite old. Anyway, moving on. Okay, guys, so as promised earlier, we'll be taking a DC-10 for a flight. And as you can possibly hear, it sounds really beautiful. I will be just taxiing out to the runway. And when we're in the air, I will let you guys listen to the aircraft. But for now, I have to remind you of something. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications to be notified whenever my latest video comes out. That is highly appreciated. Thanks to all 119 of you legends who are continuously supporting the channel and the growth of the channel. Yeah, huge shout out to all 119 of you. Here's to the next, like, 40 or 30 subs, because we're aiming. Because if you guys haven't been reading the description of the channel, I've added 2 extra goals just to make it more interesting. They are 150 subs and 250 subs. So we're actually closer to 150 than we are 200, obviously. But you know, who knows? I'm not sure when we're gonna reach 150, but I feel like it's not gonna be a while. But for now, I'm gonna let you guys listen to the plane, and I will shut the hell up. Okay, guys, so yeah, now you've had a good listen to the aircraft, I want to show you guys one more thing before I go. And let me just do that real quick. Yeah, bye DC-10. I'm gonna miss it. So if we head over to Orenji, there's a new island. It's called Bird Island, and you can spawn little planes here. You have all amphibious, cargo, helicopters, light aircraft, and random helicopters. And the thing about the helicopters, their physics have been reworked. I'm not gonna go into detail about that because I don't really know how that really works, like their physics. I don't really know how their new physics works, so I'm not gonna go into detail about that. We have a few little like picnic areas, we have some beach stuff, a few buildings, and if you see these rocks over here, let me show you something. So we have these little decorations. Oh look, we have some little turtles. And if you touch them, you will get a badge. I already have the badge, so yeah. But if you come over here to the turtles, you will get a badge. And one last thing before I go. So now, if I want to find, for example, the Sikorsky S92, I go onto all, or just anywhere, there's either all or helicopters, and there's a new search bar. So you just type in the aircraft that you want to find. So, for example, Sikorsky S92, and there we go. I've now found the Sikorsky S92. Let's just get the executive out, for example. So, yeah. And then it works with literally every aircraft. Let me show you just another example, just to prove it to you guys. Let's do, for example, Piper, and then you can do any of them, really. But for a bigger scale, let me show. So yeah, a bigger scale. Let me show you on a bigger scale. So for example, if I want to find the beluga, beluga within all of them, and then there you go. You got yourself a beluga right there. And another thing about Orenji, after the previous update, the vehicle spawner for ground crew was not working. It was bugged. But now it should be working, guys. Hopefully for everybody it's now working. It's definitely working for me, or at least in my private server. But hopefully it's working for everybody. It should be working for everybody now that it's been supposedly fixed. It should, fingers crossed, work for everybody. So yeah. But yeah, stay tuned for more PTFS content to come, and I will see you all in the next one. As always, stay awesome, stay safe. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on the update, and hit the bell button to all notifications to be notified whenever my latest video comes out. And I will see you all in the next one. As always, stay awesome, and I'll see you all later. Good.